the most successful people in the world, the ones running companies, creating art, building movements, they all share one quiet superpower. They say no. A lot. And the way they say it, it's not rude, it's not cold, and it almost never causes drama. They've simply learned something most people never figure out, that saying no is a skill. And once you learn it, everything changes. Most people say yes when they mean no, and then they resent it. They feel trapped, overwhelmed, exhausted. They say yes to the wrong things, which means they automatically say no to the right things. They just don't realize it in the moment. Every yes you give takes a slot in your calendar, your energy, and your attention. And those slots are not unlimited. Someone asks you for something. You feel the pull, the social pressure, that little voice that says, just say yes, it'll be easier. And you say yes. And the moment you do, a tiny part of you already regrets it. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Saying no is not about being selfish. It's about being strategic. The most effective people don't say no because they're mean. They say no because they know exactly what they're saying yes to. This is the foundation of everything we're going to cover today, and I'm going to give you 5 specific methods to make this real in your actual life. Method 1. The value-based no. This is the most powerful and sustainable way to say no, because it comes from your values, not your mood. Here's how it works. You get clear on what actually matters to you. Your top priorities, your non-negotiables, the things that genuinely move your life forward. And when a request comes in that doesn't align, you simply say, that's not where my focus is right now. Or, that doesn't fit with what I'm working toward this season. Notice, no excuse, no apology, no story. Just a clean, value-based redirect. The beauty of this method is that it removes ego from the equation. You're not rejecting the person, you're honoring your path. Method 2. The warm no. This one is for the moments when you care about the person asking, but the answer is still no. The warm no has 3 parts: acknowledge, decline, affirm. Acknowledge. You recognize what they're asking and why it matters to them. Decline. You clearly say no. Not maybe, not I'll think about it, not let me see. No. Affirm. You close with something genuine that reaffirms your care for the person or relationship. For example, hey, I really appreciate you thinking of me for this. I know how much work you've put into it. I'm not going to be able to join this one, but I genuinely hope it goes amazingly. You're going to crush it. Warm doesn't mean weak. You've said no clearly, but you've kept the relationship intact. That's not just kindness, that's intelligence. Method 3. The honest delay. This is one of the most underrated tools in existence. Most people feel like they have to answer immediately, especially in person. The anxiety kicks in, the social pressure spikes, and they say yes before they've even had a chance to think. This is one of the most underrated tools in existence. Most people feel like they have to answer immediately, especially in person. The anxiety kicks in, the social pressure spikes, and they say yes before they've even had a chance to think. Phrases like, let me check my schedule and get back to you. Or, I want to give this proper thought before I commit. Or, can I have until tomorrow to look at my plate? Once you have that time, you can actually assess properly. Does this fit? Does this serve me? And if the answer is no, you go back with the warm no or the value-based no. But now, you've had time to do it right. The honest delay works especially well in person, where the social pressure is highest. It gives you time and dignity, 2 things you lose when you answer too fast. Method 4. The redirect. Sometimes no doesn't mean the end of the road for the person asking. It just means you're not the right door. The redirect is how you say no while still adding value.
I'm not the right fit for this, but Norin would be brilliant at it. Or I can't take this on, but here's a resource that might actually serve you better than I could.
You're not closing a door. You're opening the right one. This keeps your integrity intact, helps the person actually get what they need, and builds your reputation as someone who's thoughtful, not just avoidant. Method 5. The boundary statement. Some situations need more than a polite no. Some people push. Some circumstances repeat. Some relationships require you to actually define what you will and won't do, clearly, calmly, and without apology. A boundary statement sounds like, I don't take on work outside my contracted hours, or I need at least 48 hours before I can answer a request like this, or I've decided not to lend money to people I know personally. That's a firm line for me. The key word here is decided. You're not asking for permission. You're not explaining yourself. You've made a decision, and you're simply communicating it.
And notice, once you've stated a real boundary, you don't have to keep defending it. If someone pushes back, you simply repeat it. As I said, that's not something I do. No escalation, no argument, no new information. So now you have 5 methods: the value-based no, the warm no, the honest delay, the redirect, and the boundary statement. Each method is a tool, and like any toolkit, you don't use them all at once. You read the situation, you read the relationship, and you choose the right one. And here's a rule that will change the way you communicate forever. The longer your no, the weaker it sounds. When you over-explain, you signal guilt. You signal that you don't fully believe your own no. You invite negotiation. You give the other person leverage. A short no sounds confident. It sounds like you know exactly who you are. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. I'm gonna pass on this one. Clean. Done. Respected. When you learn to say no well, something shifts. You stop feeling reactive and start feeling intentional. Your time becomes yours again. Your energy becomes yours again. The people who learn this really learn it. Stop drifting through life on other people's agendas. They start building something of their own. That's not selfishness. That's stewardship of your time, your energy, your potential. And here's the counterintuitive truth. The people in your life who are worth keeping, they will respect you more for it. A clear no is a sign of self-respect, and people who respect themselves tend to attract people who respect them too. But, and this is important, none of this works if you only understand it intellectually. The skill is in the practice. So let's talk about how to actually build this. Start small. This week, I want you to identify your top 3 priorities, the 3 things that genuinely matter most right now. Write them down. Then, every time a request comes in, ask yourself one question before you answer. Does saying yes to this take me closer to or further from those 3 things? If it takes you closer, great, consider it. If it takes you further, you already have your answer. You don't need to perform a cost-benefit analysis every time. The clarity comes from knowing your priorities. And practice. The first time you say no when you mean it, it'll probably feel uncomfortable. Your chest might tighten. You might want to over-explain. That's okay. That's normal. But the second time? Easier. The 5th time? Almost natural. The 20th time? People start to notice that there's something different about you. Something solid. That's what this skill does.
It doesn't just change how you communicate, it changes how you carry yourself. It changes your relationship with your own time and decisions. You now have 5 specific methods. You have the principle, you have the one key rule, and you have a place to start. If this gave you something, if even one idea landed, I genuinely appreciate a like on this video. It helps more than you might think, and it tells me to keep making content like this. Subscribe if you want more of this. Practical psychology, communication skills, the stuff that actually changes how you move through the world. I'll see you in the next one.